My name is Matt Usselman. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, born and raised here. Went to the University of Wisconsin. My entire career has been in finance or banking. From a personal point of view, I like to be active. So I really enjoy riding a bike. I've got 3 children, all right now in their early 20s, early to mid 20s, and so they're very active, and it's important for me to be able to keep up with them. And as I look down the road, I can see, things that they'd like to do that I'd like to be able to do with them. So from a personal point of view, it's important that I maintain my health at a reasonable level. Professionally, I'm spending a lot of time at work. I'm in the car often. I'm driving around, talking with some of our bank partners, and it's important. I've had back surgery, so it's important for me physically to be able to maintain that level of activity with driving around and being fit so I can work. Again, my personal goal for the program was to improve my overall health so that I could remain active. I've ridden my bike in the past. I've tried to join a gym before. Actually, I joined a gym before, but I was never successful at sustaining it. And part of the problem that I had with going to the gym was I was always overwhelmed. I had all this equipment, and honestly, I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know how to use it. I was intimidated by all the big people walking around with all the muscles. And so I would go and I would do the same pieces of equipment over and over and over. I'd get bored and I'd leave. And eventually I just let the membership run out. So I thought with a coach, someone who could teach me how to do the exercises, teach me how to do use the equipment with a process and a system, someone that could help me overcome my barriers would benefit me, help me get to my goal, which again is a healthy lifestyle, being active. I saw myself, again, hiking, fishing, riding bikes, and for a long time. The areas that I wanted to work on personally were flexibility, stretching, strength activities, eating more healthy, and getting more rest. And so we sat down and developed goals around each of those areas, and we've been working on them over the last 6 months, one at a time, really. I think I'm doing pretty well. I feel satisfied. I feel more energized. I feel happy. And to some degree, I attribute that feeling to the wellness that I've had from the program. And I've noticed, too, over the last 6 months, that there have been 2 different times where I've hit plateaus that I'm not sure I would have actually pushed through if it hadn't been for the idea of having a coach. And I just went to John and I said, listen, I'm struggling right now. This is where you're going to earn your money. Right now. Okay, because I'm highly motivated, but right now I'm having a problem. But I've noticed I reached a certain plateau with my exercising and I wasn't seeing any additional gain. We changed up our routine and boom, next thing you know, I blew through that plateau. I was reminded that I could feel young again, really throughout this process. One of the things I said to John at the beginning of this was, right now, when I first started the weight training, I was using very light weights. And I'm a big guy, so that was a little bit embarrassing. And so I told him, I said, I feel like I'm as strong today as I was when I was in 8th grade. That's the level of weights I was lifting. But just and that was okay, but through the process, I've used larger and larger weights, and I've felt healthier and healthier, and so it's just reminded me that I can really feel that strength and vitality that I did 10 years ago. You got to start somewhere, okay? And you got to start with the end in mind. What is it you really want? And how are you going to get there? Can you get there on your own? If you can, why haven't you done it? And if you can't, isn't it time to face up to the fact that you need help? And from my perspective, John has helped me get towards the goal that I want to get at. And so if you're sitting there watching a video, get up and get going. Do it.
I'm John Ashworth, owner of the Fitness Nomad. If you're lacking the accountability you need, the expert guidance, and a plan of action that you know will be successful, and ultimately a support structure that will hold all that together, and help guarantee that you're successful, give us a call. John Ashworth, the Fitness Nomad.